Hello everybody, I am Jonathan. Welcome to this live streaming number 9. Finally, today I'm gonna show you guys how you guys can design this character right here, the baby Yoda. Okay, first of all, I want to say hello to everyone that is already here. Okay, I want to say hello to Pixel. Hello Vigates, Pixel, and to the Max Purves already. Hello my friends, and to everyone that is already here. Okay, so guys, today I'm gonna show you some principles that I will use to make this character. Okay, so I hope you will learn a lot from the principles that I'm gonna use on here. All right, so before we get started in this character, let me explain here some points already. First of all, I will start to explain to you the principles. Okay, let me start here with these principles. These principles that I'm gonna use, it is called 3S. Okay, that is sketch, shape, and shading. Okay, it's very simple because the sketch is where we are gonna use the references. Okay, we are gonna start right here using references, concepts, and the ideas. Okay, because here you don't need to know how to draw. If you don't know how to draw, don't worry, you can sketch to make the vector over the references. Okay, and where you can get references, you can get references on the Pinterest. Okay, Pinterest right here, I got references for this character right here, so you can have a lot of ideas if you find here on Pinterest. Okay, back in here, and you don't need to know how to draw. Okay, but I really recommend you to know how to draw because it helps you to create your own things. Okay, the next one is the shape. The shape means that we are gonna use the geometric and flat forms. This is the vector stage. The vector stage is more used by the design side. Okay, design side means that you are gonna vector point by point and use the geometric solutions, things like this. And try please to use less is more. Okay, like a designer, I really recommend you guys don't try to make a lot of stuffs. Okay, as example from an art that I'm doing, this example I'm doing this character, and here as you can see I'm using really few points. Okay, as you can see that this is a vector illustration, and with more you try to use less points, it's better to adjust. This is just an example. Okay, and okay, the next one is the shading. The shading is where you are gonna use the art side. Okay, the art side means that you need to understand a little bit about colors, compositions, shadows, textures, and so on. All right, this is the trick point. This is most difficult that you can face in your designs, in your projects. Okay, and I'd like to know if you guys can listen to me because I think the music is too high. Let me reduce here the music. I think now you guys can listen to me better. I'm so sorry. Okay, back in here, just to remind you that this is the concept. Okay, that we're gonna use the sketch, shaping, and shading. All right, so here we go. And the last tip, of course, let me give you, is about you guys can join in my Patreon. All right, to learn more and get access to more tutorials. Okay, in this link on here, this link here. Okay, you guys can access this and support this channel. All right, so no more tutorials for now. I mean the explanation for principles. I'm gonna start here drawing this character. Okay, first of all, you need to create a pixel layer. The pixel layer is made to create the raster. Okay, I'm gonna place these references, as you can see here, right here on the top, so I can see while I am doing my sketch. Okay, and I'm gonna change here to the raster mode. All right, the raster mode. I'm gonna select right now the color. Okay, to the sketch, as you can see here. And first of all, I need to set this guide here, the paintbrush, and there is a kind of panel here below, so activate right now the symmetry, because I want to save time, and click here in mirror and lock, you can lock the symmetry, and now you can start to draw symmetrically, and of course we have to understand here the first shapes that I'm gonna use. All right, it's gonna be really simple to understand these shapes. For example, I'm gonna do here a pretty rough sketch about the shapes. All right, for example, here as you can see, you have this kind of rectangle, rectangle, and a kind of triangle, this is a very soft and cute shapes, rounded right here, these are the shapes that you're gonna use. It's really simple, okay? And this is a kind of stud that you guys can use, all right, to understand better what you can do. And back in here in our sketch, let me start here by drawing. I am gonna concentrate more, but if you have questions, just leave on here, okay? So I can read later on your questions. So yes, basically the live stream will be available, okay, on my YouTube channel, so you guys can watch later on. But please watch while you are here, because maybe if you let to later on, maybe you forget it, So let me hide my can. Now you guys can see here. I'm starting with the shape, as you can see here, okay? I'm doing here the ear, okay? Take a look at the references while you do the character, okay? And try to, because this is the sketch stage, the sketch stage, as you can see, is the idea. You don't need to know how to draw exactly, you just need to understand the shapes. All right, I'm taking time now to draw here these shapes, as you can see. And this is a stage that you need a little bit concentration, because this is the first structure that you need to use, okay? And let me show you here. This is the structure of the face. I'm gonna try to follow the same thing. For example, I'm gonna draw here a line, and here is where the nose will be placed, okay? The mouth and the eyes. About the eyes, for example, try to draw some points, okay, and try to connect them, okay? I really think this is a really great tip, okay? And I quite understand it. You do? I can imagine that. In Germany, I think is very late, or in Europe, I guess. And guys, as you can see here, I'm doing the eyes, okay? So I'm gonna increase more here the eyes. I can paint these eyes, as you can see here, okay? This is the first base shape, that I'm gonna use. And this is the cloth. All right, simple shapes like this. All right. This is gonna be the hand, I guess. Let me check more references if you want. So for example, try to check for more emphasis if you have no idea. The size of the hands is on here, and back on here. Okay, this is gonna be a big cloth. I'm not going to draw a full character, just a small one, His hands. All right. As you can see, my skills about drawing skills is not of the best one, because I'm more designer than artist, and I'm doing here the mouth. As you can see, that there is some details that you guys can follow as well. All right. I'm the kind of alien shape, I guess. And you can use the erase brush in order to understand where is, for example, let me deactivate the symmetry, so I can follow the same direction. Okay, you can erase here. This is the concept stage, alright guys? This is the concept stage that I'm using. Draw here some simple things. You can activate again the symmetry if you want, so right. Okay, basically our shape is done. All right, I can start with vector, but let me try to grab a kind of nose brush to make the shadows. Just a second. I'm gonna change here the size of the brush, as you can see. Okay, so if you want to learn to draw, basically this is a good tutorial, because I'm using here the really basic principles, that is line, shadows. Okay, and of course we can apply more shadows on here. Really simple. Okay guys, and of course try to look at the reference, you know, to see where is the shadow is being applied. After that I can change the, you know, the shapes. Okay, here we go. All right, the first shape is done. Let me start with vector. Okay, let me save this. Save it now. I'm going to start with vector. Okay, so just remember you that this is our core. Let me open the guide here. This is our core. We did the sketch already, is done. Now we're gonna focusing on the shapes. Okay, geometric and flat ones. Starting here by creating a vector layer, and I'm gonna start here with the paint tool. Okay, I'm gonna start with the paint tool. I'm gonna try to be a little bit faster. Okay, because I don't like the live stream get too long, because some people don't watch until the final, you know. So I'm starting to vector some points, as you can see, creating few points, and I'm gonna start here by decreasing the opacity of this layer. As you can see, for example, this is the head shape, but we are gonna fix this. Okay, this is our shape, but you guys can use here as well if you want, of course, the rectangle. Okay, it's gonna be easier, I think. For example, I can use this rectangle. I can also use the corner, for example, the corner on here, and on here as well. For example, you can drag, and as you can see, okay, let me show you more the colors. And now you can use the nodes tool to adjust, all right, these points on here. Okay, the corner tool is really amazing if you want to use. I really recommend. Okay, this is our head shape. As you can see, head shape, really simple. I'm gonna draw here the eyes shape, dragging a ellipse ball, you know, and I'm gonna convert the shape to curves and create a point on here and drag to here, create another point and drag to here. Okay, you can follow this. If you are a really beginner, later on you can pause and follow as well. Okay, because if I try to explain each point on here, maybe we can stay here long hours. And let me try here to see these shapes. As you can see, there is a ball inside and these lights here. I'm gonna try to follow the shape of these eyes, you know. I'm gonna draw here the light. Okay, you cannot see this so well, but if we hide the sketch, you can see, you know. And here we are gonna use, for example, another ball. I think can fit you well. A bit brown, I think. You guys can take a look in the reference. All right. this to black. And remember to reduce here the opacity, all right, for the pixel, and you guys can see better. And I really think this is a really easy way you guys can achieve a really nice result, you know, if you don't know how to draw, if you are a beginner, you know. Okay, now I'm gonna draw another shape here for the eyes. And for example, this one, as you can see, I'm gonna make something really nice. I'm gonna use the transparency tool and make this. Okay, the transparency tool is really amazing because you guys can blend, you know, the shapes, as you can see here. All right, this is the eyes, and let me reduce here so you guys can see better the color, you know, something like this. All right, this is the eye shape, and I'm gonna do here the nose. The nose we are gonna do we can use ellipse. Okay, change here to render color. I'm not focusing here on the color yet. Okay, and convert this to curves, as you can see. It is a really practical way. Hello, Frank, from our French tutorials. Really appreciate. And as you can see here, this is the nose, you know, quite simple. And if I remove here the pixel layer, you can see the shape. Now it's time to make the mouth. The mouth, I'm gonna use just the paint tool, alright? The paint tool. The paint tool, we need to create a line. Okay, we can do this something like this. Okay, create some points, as you can see here, to make a mouth shape, right? And for example, as you can see on here, you can see the shape, the angle of the shape. Okay, it's to down. This is really important to understand, and we can do something like this. Okay, for example, guys, you can also use the stroke to make something like this. Okay, look how this is really practical. Okay, really nice technique that you guys can apply. And I'm gonna start now to make some details. For example, I'm not focusing entirely to make all the shapes for example to the body, because I don't know how long this live can be, because it's depend about the art style that I will give, because I didn't plan a lot about which art style I would give to this guy here. But I hope this will be really easy, you know, to show you, so you guys will learn faster. Let me draw here another shape. And for example, as you can see here, this ball I'm gonna drag to the inside of this shape, okay, to the nose, as you can see. So we have now already the nose. Okay, look, you can duplicate this and place to here, and we have a nose already. Okay, it's really easy, right? Of course you can adjust and fix the shade, the shadings, oh sorry, the shapes, you know. And let me start now to draw the ears. I'm gonna do only one side, alright? Only one side. Let me save and back to here. Starting now drawing the ears. 3 points. Let me show you so you guys can see better. I'm gonna use the fill tool, alright? Grab this color, and now what I'm gonna do, I will draw the ear. The ear, I'm gonna start with the paint tool. I'm gonna create here, to here, and to here. 3 points, alright? This is the reason that we did this sketch, you know, because I can understand, explain better to you where is the shapes. And with these lines, I can adjust now the vector, okay? As you can see here, it seems that there is a lot of Germans on here. We get everyone. Alles ist Ordnung. Really great to have you guys here. And okay, this is the shape for the ears, but I'm gonna duplicate this, okay, and drag and drop inside of this shape, reduce here, change this to a different color, and we're gonna have the ear. And of course you need to drag this ear on here to the back of the, just to show you, okay, this is the back side, you know, for the ear. You can adjust now, you know, and of course you guys can take a look at the reference and see how is the ear of the baby Yoda. And this is why I like vector, because you can adjust in any time, you know. I don't know if this ear is good, but I can adjust this later on. All right, good. And for example, now I'm gonna change here to this color just to see better the values, okay? And it's time now to draw the shapes for the body, all right, like this. I'm gonna start here drawing the clothes, you know, change the color to something like this. It's really fast, okay? It's not supposed to take a lot of time because this is a simple tutorial. My tutorial is simple. You maybe you already know my tutorials. I like to do simple things that don't take a lot of time. And here we go with this first shape, and I'm gonna draw now the body, you know. I think it's too fat. This character seems a little bit too fat, but let's leave it like this, okay? This is the body shape, all right? Easy, okay? And let me drag and drop here, you know, to arrange better these layers so you guys can see better. And the paint tool, as you can see, I'm not following totally the principles that I'm using to apply, you know, to focus on the shapes and the color. I'm trying to make everything at the same time because I'm just a bit afraid if this will take a long time, you know. And I don't like things here takes long time. Thank you, Frank. I'm gonna draw now the hands, you know, the hands. Look, the hand is our organic, you know, as you can see, there's a lot of curves. And if you draw by vector, it can take a lot of time. So I'm gonna use the pencil tool, alright? The pencil tool can help us. Let me show you. I'm gonna use here the pencil tool, okay? As you can see, I'm gonna select a new color, whatever color. I'm not focusing exactly on the color. So I don't know how this hand will look like, but I will try to draw something like this, okay? Okay, it's not very good, but that's fine for me. I can adjust later on. All right, this is the fun part here, you know, because as you can see, sometimes the things here that I do here is not too perfect, you know. Yeah, that's fine. Let me see his hand. It's a little bit bigger, but I'll leave it like this, okay. Let me try now to adjust a little bit. That's fine. I'm gonna draw here a pot, I think. Let me see. Change the color, okay, to see better, and you guys will be fine. Hello everybody that is getting here right now, and I need to just adjust here some curves. As you can see, I'm gonna draw an ellipse, okay. As you can see, it's really simple, right? I'm not. And here I did a cup, I think, cup of coffee. I don't know, whatever. And this is the hand, okay. And for example, as you can see, this is a shape, right? This is the clothes. and I will draw a kind of inner side of this cloth so you guys can see. As you can see, I've just drag and drop this shape here, as you can see, inside of the cloth. Okay, right, as you can see, this is the arms, right? I can fix these hands, but I don't want to spend a lot of time because this the vector, sometimes you spend much more time adjusting the vector, you know. So this can be a little bit boring sometimes. Here we go. Okay, and guys, basically you can draw more shapes. For example, as you can see, there is another shape on here. All right, and I'm gonna start now. Let me check here. Okay, for example, here is the basic shapes. As you can see, I will draw another shape like this. I'm using pencil tool, and you guys can take a time to adjust some, you know, some curves, because curves sometimes, as I told you, it take time to adjust, but it's better than the, you know, the raster, because the raster you cannot change like this. This is the good thing about the vectors. You can, it's like a modeling in 2D, you know. The vectors works like a modeling in 3D, but in 2D, you know. And remember, I'm gonna do here some lines. Let me show you. Okay, I'm starting to make things by my head, so I don't know how this will look like, to be honest. And you guys can take a time to adjust something here, right? And here we go again. Okay. And now guys, let me start to make more details, okay? Because all the shapes, as you can see here, oh, let me just fix something here. For example, as you can see here, there is a, for example, the art side, we are doing now the shading. We are going to start to make the shading because all the shape is already done. If you see here, the shape is already done, but of course we have these eyes on here and some details that we can do. But I'm gonna group here these eyes, as you can see. Okay, I'm gonna group them, and let me hide here. I'm gonna give you guys a tip about the shadings. All right, let me start to color this character. It's more green, I think, something like this. Yeah, I think this color is good. I think I'm gonna copy and paste. Okay, paste, reduce here the luminance, that is the dark, and change here this one. And I'm gonna start here to make the shadings. The shading, I need to make some shadows, you know, by doing this, right? And here we go. With the shading, I can use the transparency tool. Okay, as you can see. Also, I can, for example, let me see. I'm gonna start already to use the, you know, the layer effects. Okay, the layer effects. And for example, these ears, sorry, this nose, I'm getting confused sometimes. I'm gonna make some kind of light, you know, so to see better this. Let me, maybe I can remove this and leave it like this. Okay, I'm gonna shade in his nose. Look, you guys, how I shade my stuffs. Okay guys, I'm not fluent in German, so I'm trying to learn, to be honest, because I really enjoy the German culture. This is the nose, okay? But let me teach you a technique. You guys can use the Gaussian blur, okay, to blend the colors. All right, this is a really nice technique that you guys can use. I really recommend you, okay? And for example, for this one as well, you guys can the details, because this baby Yoda is really old. He's a baby, but he's a baby old. As you can see, there is a lot of details, so we are gonna try to make these details as well on here. So first of all, let me try to draw more shapes to make these details, because this is what I was a bit afraid, because these details on here can take a little bit of time. I'm gonna apply the Gaussian blur on here, making a little bit white because it is kind of top side receive a little bit light. It's depending about the light, of course. I'm gonna do here something like this, right? I'm using just vector, and let me fix here this color. I'm using just a stroke, okay? For example, these eyes here, can you see this little ball? This little ball on here. I'm gonna use the outer glow, okay? Look, the outer glow. I'm gonna use as well here a little bit of Gaussian blur to make this a little bit more realistic, right? And I'm gonna add here more details. I'm gonna use the vector brush, and I will try to use my favorite vector paints. As you can see here, this is my custom brushes, and I'm gonna start already to make some details like this. Let me reduce here the size of this brush and try to make some details, but I need to change this color, as you can see. I'm gonna also reduce this. This baby Yoda is really old. I don't know which age he has. Let me try now to draw some shapes here like this. Reduce here. I'm doing this by my head, to be honest. I need to look more into the reference, to see more where is the lines. So if you start to get lost about the details, look at the reference, okay? And okay, let's now start to make something like this. I can reduce here this shape, okay? And let me try to draw more details. I don't think this will help a lot, but okay. Hold on, guys, because I'm gonna draw more shapes, okay? To blend more the colors. And in order to blend more the colors, let me teach you. This is a really important step, okay? This is a really important step that I'm gonna use. All right. So there is some planes on the head, all right? So I'm gonna try to apply on here, okay? Because there's a lot of details in this baby Yoda surface, skin. It is really old skin, so you need to be careful. And as you can see on here, there is for example, a plane on here on the cheek and the neck and things like this. And for example, to explain more what I'm talking about, there's the face of anything. There is some planes, all right? As you can see here, there is some planes, okay? This is just an example to understand better. And in these planes, we need to apply on the baby Yoda, all right? The baby Yoda also have these planes, all right? And we are gonna start right now to make these planes. For example, I'm gonna do a plane on here, a plane on the head on here. Okay, I'm doing this really to be fast. Let's see here, because this is the good thing about my tutorials. If you see my tutorials on YouTube, to be honest, it's not something that you see, oh my gosh, it's really perfect. No, this is not the way that I enjoy. I just draw some shapes and see how this works. You're gonna see how I'm gonna do now. this is the planes that I'm doing here, okay? And on plane here, on plane on here, okay? And also on here. Okay, I'm not gonna explain everything on these planes, but the plane is where the light will be, you know, achieved. And here with these planes, I'm gonna let me show you. I'm going to use the Gaussian blur and blend this color, as you can see here. Okay, I'm gonna blend this color so you guys can see better now. If I change the color, maybe let me check on here. I can change here these colors. As you can see, I'm trying to see more the shapes, you know. Okay, and you can try to blend this color here. Okay, for example, the top of the head you can blend with transparency tool. All right, and I'm gonna use now. Let me already flip this face, you know, because it is bothering me a lot seeing this. Let me select now these eyes with some details. For example, let me, you know, these details on here. As you can see, I'm selecting all these sides, all right? And let me check. Okay, this side I'm gonna group. All right, as you can see, it's grouped. Duplicate and flip. Oh my gosh, be careful because we are gonna, you need to see the reference. For example, yeah, you need to place one here. Yes, a little bit ugly, but we can fix. These lights here, you know, because we need to replace these lights. Okay, select this on here and try to fix this. There's a lot of details that we can apply and fix, you know, because there are some curves, right? And I'm gonna apply this one here on here. Okay, now it's better. And I'm gonna start here to use the inner glow. Okay, inner glow. Let me show you now. I'm gonna do the little bit faster shading, you know. For example, multiply. Let me use the multiply. Let me of course change here this color, right? And oh, sorry. Okay, and I'm gonna use here the inner shadow to make the light bouncing in this direction here. For example, the good thing about the layer effects, you know, it helps us to make some lights very easily and fast, like this, as you can see. Let me change more, and you need to try and see how this will look like. Okay, this is the thing. As you can see here, there is a light. Okay, and I was thinking about to make more details because, you know, there is, let me check here some details. Okay, there is a lot of details actually, you know, here. Let me try to apply. Okay, change this color. I'm gonna try to use a vector brush, you know, like this, the good thing about the vector brush that you guys can blend more the colors, you know. I'm gonna start to blend more the colors because there is some surfaces, you know. This helps us to make the shadings, as you can see here. I'm gonna try now to draw more surfaces, the light surfaces. Yeah, I think something like this. And more details, a little more details in this direction here. As I told you, this is a little bit complex character. You know, I'm not used to bring a lot of characters on here, but let me already to make some shadings for this one. You know, I'm gonna copy, you know, this ear and paste style, as you can see. Change here the ear's direction, you know, the light. Make some details for this ear. Let me check now. Certain side, increase here, and make some details, as you can see. Okay, and here we go. Using I'm using the vector brush and use transparency tool in order to blend more colors, as you can see. Grabbing here this color, and here we go. For example, I'm doing here already some details for this ear, as you can see. There's not much things to explain actually in these steps, because this is a details step, so you need to be careful with where you place the, you know, the things. You can place on here or remove it, I don't know. You need to test and figure out how this will look like. All right, and I can change already. For example, if I don't like the head shape, let me place the ears on another side, duplicate and flip. Look how this will look like now. It's better, you know. And let me start to blend, you know, the clothes. In order to do this, I will try to follow the same principle that I use here. Okay, and for example, to blend colors, let me show you. I'm gonna do a shape, as you can see here. Okay, and select the color, okay, that will match with this one. Okay, and for example, as you can see here, there is a shape inside of another shape, and to match this color, to blend them, you can use the Gaussian blur, as I'm doing here. Okay, it's quite easy, and like this, all right, like this, like I'm doing here. And again, for this one, I'm gonna use the fill tool, and I will use this thing. Okay, the same, I will change here this one. Let me apply the Gaussian to here, like this. I'm gonna also change a little bit the shape of this head, because I think it's more cute, to make it more cute, you know, something like this. Little small forehead, I think. Yes, I think it's better now, you know. This is why I like it. Vector, you can change, you know. For me, it was really ugly, but now it's becoming much more it's better, you know. And this is the thing that is really get us panic sometimes, if you see your art design sometimes ugly, and you have, oh my gosh, how can I solve this? Sometimes we get really, you know, it's really scared. Let me fix this point, because I will change it to curves to make it more organic. Apply this, and okay, that's fine. Apply a little bit of shadow on here, make it too dark, a bit darker, and Gaussian blur. Okay, apply the transparency tool, and here we go. Okay, look guys, it's not too difficult, to be honest. It's just take time, you know, to apply more details and so on. I'm gonna draw here some shadows below, as you can see. And these details will be applied in the head, inside of the head. So as you can see, I'm doing this like I'm doing a really professional work, you know. So I'm so sorry if I'm not explaining each thing, okay, because I like to be concentrated on this. But the good thing is that you guys are seeing my process. This is a real process, all right? Many people will not show you this. If you look at those guys on the Instagram, they will not show this to you, probably. And this is why I'm here, to help you. Now this is the clothes. I can blend this clothes like this, as you can see. Okay, I'm using here the transparency tool. Use it on here, okay, to blend this clothes. And I'm gonna also group these little guys on here. Okay, let me change the color of the hands, grabbing, okay, and something like this, right? Of course I need to fix this hand shape. Oh my gosh, it's horrible, to be honest. Can you see, guys? Even for me, I'm not doing. Okay, it's better now. It's better. I will group these little guys now, as you can see, the hands with the arms. Where is the arms? The arms is here. Okay, this is the arm. So if you plan to animate, you can just make something like this. Right? Okay, and let me flip, duplicate first, okay, and flip now this side. Let me do this a little bit more. And of course you need to place this shape here above, right, like this. Guys, we're almost done, all right? And I really appreciate your time that you are expanding on here, okay? Because we are almost in 52 minutes. But I'm considering already the waiting time. So basically we are doing this in less than 1 hour. All right, this is really good. I don't know how long time people would take to make this, but I think this is not a very easy job. I'm drawing now the shadows, drawing the light and shadow, as you can see here, right? The light and shadow. And this is a really organic job, guys, because with more you see some details, you try to change and fix. For example, this one here, I can use the sculpt mode and try to adjust the shape. All right, this is really good. Look, I'm trying now to adjust some shapes. Yeah, sometimes this is not working perfectly, but I can fix this by using the node tool like this. Okay, and let me just fix here the clothes, create more details. Let me check here the details of the clothes. Oh, there is a lot of details. I'm not going to do all the details on here. This character has a lot of details, and I don't want to be hours on here. And guys, can you see here the shadow? I want to do something here. For example, I'm gonna use the transparency tool. Okay, Gaussian blur, transparency tool, and here we have the shadows, right? I can duplicate this, flip, okay, make it darker. All right, and look, guys, yes, if all of you want, I can try to bring the live streaming to earlier, not too late for some of you, because here there is a lot of noise around here in my house, and I don't want to be bothered by these sounds. And let me try to see more details for this one. For example, oh no, I don't need this. As you can see, okay, a bit more details. It is a kind of surfaces that is more detail, you know. But that's fine for now, guys. I think I don't need to make any everything here, the details. And some lights, I think, to here. As you can see, this is a really organic. Let me show you. This is a really organic process that I'm using here. Okay, I'm drawing some shapes using pencil tool. If you don't know how I'm doing, please take a look around my channel, YouTube channel. There is a lot of content on here. And what I'm doing here basically is using Gaussian blur, blending colors, creating lights, and mixing them. Okay, as you can see here, it's not difficult if you follow this. It's like a cycle, right? It's like a cycle. And I'm doing this one as well, and let me place on here, Gaussian blur again, and fix this. This is the shading that I use. All right, and I can start already to create more details on this face, but I don't know. Let me check here the face. Yes, there is still have a lot of details. I think on this side, let me show you here what you can do to make this job done. I'm gonna grab here this color, okay, and let me check here, reduce this. I think there is a kind of, let me change the brush because I think this will not work well. Where is, you need to be careful because for example, you need to select the layer, okay? So if you select anywhere, you will not see the brush, okay? There is a kind of, I don't know how to call this, but there is a detail. No, let me lose this. There is a thing in this forehead of the baby Yoda that is quite difficult, you know. I think something like this. Let me reduce the opacity because this he sounds like let me I'm trying to see here this detail because he's angry. Oh my gosh. I don't know, but I will place this detail right here. Okay, I think now is better. And okay, I think here is the place that we need to, you can use. All right, and let me try to see which kind of stuff we can apply on here. And I'm gonna try to use the texture, okay, using raster mode. Let me see here. For example, the head. I'm gonna try to blend some texture, all right? The textures. Let's check here. I need to be careful with that because it needs to be smooth, you know, smooth textures. And here we go. As you can see, I'm drawing here some details. I don't know if you guys can see better, but I think this is really nice, you know, if you want to apply these details. There's a little bit of lag on here, but let me try to blend more these colors, for example, just to see, okay, let's just check. Oh, this sounds really nice. I can see now better. Yeah, it's good actually. And I really think that if you want to use the raster, you know, to make details, sometimes it's better than use you know, the vector. You know, if you want to make some details, I really think to make some details in raster is better than the vector, as you can see on here. Okay, let me just fix this. And guys, basically we are done with this character, all right? And we are done. There is a lot of things here already. You guys can add pixel and detail. As you can see here, this is the pixel, and now there's details. Okay, and okay, I will read now the questions to answer some of you. Okay, and here we go. Yeah, let me check here. So to blend the colors, just to answer the affinity tutorials, you use the shape, okay, and you guys can use the transparency tool, right, in order to blend the colors as you see on here, okay. And you can use the vector brush as you see in this process. There's thousands of ways you guys can use to match the blend, the colors. And basically, if you follow the things that I show you on here, you can do anything. You see that there is, you don't need to be a master of drawing. If you take a look at my drawing, it's not very professional, because this one here, let me show you. This is the drawing, remember, and this is the final design. Of course, there is some details that we can fix here, like these shadows, because this takes time, to adjust the details. And as I told you here, the sketch, if you know the sketch stage, your structure will be fine. You will not lose a lot of time drawing each shape. And the shape is really important. If you understand the sketch and the shapes, you can do anything. All right, you can build anything. And if you take a look in my tutorials that I try to build in my Patreon, you can see here these tutorials. This is the tutorial that I did for Patreon. And if you want to learn more, guys, don't forget to enter my Patreon club, okay. On there I try to bring exercise so you can learn on there already, and you will learn if you practice. All right, there is no secret, there is no miracle at all. You only learn if you practice. All right, this is my recommendation too. If you want to learn more, try to practice a lot. All right, and guys, thank you so much. This is really a great moment for me, because this is the final live streaming. All right, and I hope to see you the next year, the next week. I don't know yet, but this is the final tutorial for this year. All right, thank you guys. Thanks so much for these moments. All right, I hope to see you the next time. Bye bye. Are you still